Let's see if I can do this.
Wait. Don't do that yet. Cancel. I think All right, guys. So as you guys are popping in, say hi and let me know what part of the world you guys are from so I can celebrate you. It's Dr. Ali, and I'm super excited about our day today, our night tonight. We're getting into a very, very juicy conversation that I've been speaking with a lot of my colleagues, my friends, my clients, all about the whole gist of how are we, how are you? Just how are you, period, right? So as you guys are popping in, do me a favor, heart it up, love it up, and pass it out, because if this conversation is not for you only, it may be for someone else that you know. We're going to be talking about minding your mental. We're going to talk about the aspect of growing your business and how we need to really learn some strategies to really navigate this space as we are stepping into our millionaire life, right? I'll claim it for all of us. Just throw out the word millionaire if you're just claiming it for yourself, right? So as we are stepping into this millionaire life, those of us out there that are entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, shout out to my mompreneur squad. Say hello. My legacy masters, excuse me, my legacy mastermind. I see you guys popping in. Say hi. Elite squad, definitely say hi. And I'm still typing out while growing your business. So if you are on Facebook right now, I am just making sure that I welcome our IG family. So have some grace with me as I am doing all the things. And I wanted to put in the title, while growing your business. All right. Thank you for your patience. As you guys are being patient with me out there, I appreciate you. All right. So I'm done. Add details. Done. Go live. All right. It's checking for connection. We are here. We are here. We are here. Millionaires are in the house. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Instagram. Everybody's on. I can't believe we're freaking getting this done. Y'all don't even want to understand what I went through today. For those who don't know, I'm Dr. Ali. I'm your startup biz strategist. I help moms to launch their brands simply without losing their mind. Without losing their mind. And I'm also an autism mom. I navigate a lot of spaces in this world as an autism mom, as an audiologist, speech language pathologist, as a business strategist, now as someone who has been working out for the last what are we in the fourth week of the program. I'm in a 12-week transformation process. So my life has shifted. And as my life is shifting, it's helping me to navigate some of these spaces. But I'm super excited because I have an amazing guest with me today, Miss Charissa Monroe Wilborn. And she is a licensed CSW, certified social worker. For those who don't know, my mom is one of those, and they take that very, very seriously. So they are licensed. It's not very easy, and not everyone that says social worker out there are necessarily licensed social workers. So they are, and she also graduated with her MBA. So she has both the best of both worlds in terms of the social work aspect and in terms of the business aspect. So it's a juicy conversation we're going to have tonight. Like I said, pass it out, spread the word, because this is something I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs are not having the conversation about. So the first thing I want to ask you is, and let me make sure I let you come live up in here also. Sharissa, is she coming in? All right, I'm gonna let them do their thing. Yes, all right, good. So we're live in both spaces. Let me turn this down. Let me do all the things in here.
Hello, 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 my beautiful sister. How are you?
I am blessed. Let's make sure we don't have that feedback. How we doing with feedback? We good? I hear a little bit of feedback.
Is that me or is that you? That may be me. Is that me?
Yeah, turn down your volume in your IG. They'll be able to hear, but you won't be able to speak. Let's see if we get that going through for a little bit. And y'all gonna have grace with us today, because this is the first time both of us are deciding to do something crazy, which is to do well for me. Facebook, Instagram, and all the things together. Let us know if you're having a feedback and if you can make it through the feedback. If otherwise, we might have to cut you guys until you join us in Facebook land. But the first question I want to ask you guys, and I really want you to first take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, because a lot has been going on. And when was the last time that you did a temperature check on yourself? And I want you to ask yourself, how am I? I'm going to have you do it 3 times. How am I? Right? How am I? And then the last one, I want you to say, no, no, no. How really am I? Okay? So I need to go extra levels deep today, because a lot of times people ask you, right, Sharissa, how are you doing? And surface, we're always ready with the, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I know it well. I know it well. Dr. Ali, thank you so much for having me. This is amazing to be having this conversation with another fellow sister and Black sister at that. Um, but you are correct. I remember having that exact, and that used to be me, having gone through what I went through, losing my parents suddenly the way I did 7 years ago. For many years, people would ask me, "How you doing?" And it was easier for me to say, "I'm okay." It was better for me to say I'm okay, because I knew that if I didn't say I'm okay, they wouldn't be okay. And I needed everybody else around me to be okay so that I can be okay.
Ooh. Ooh. How
So
many of that, how many of you resonate with that part? That you're busy answering because you want everyone else to be okay. You still getting feedback in Facebook? I'm gonna lower my volume so you don't hear my volume, because I just need to hear it a little bit. Let me know if you're still getting feedback.
I hear a slight, I'm not sure if that's me or you.
A slight feedback.
My
Let's see.
volume on here is down.
You're all the way down. All right, so here. So am I. Maybe it's how close they are together. Let's see if I can move them slightly apart and see if that will help. Still a little bit.
Very much further.
All right. We're going to keep it going, because if we stop, then I don't know what's going to stop. So we're going to keep going for as long as we can in Instagram. If not, join us over in Facebook, because Facebook is right now where it's at. So either join Sharissa's page, and we could drop the paste down, or you could join my page. I'm going to put the link below, because I want to actually just really concentrate on one. And we'll try this again another time. Maybe we'll pop back in sometime else this week, possibly, and see if we can do that. But y'all know me. I don't let it stop me. I just decide to shift, and we focus on one so that we can stay zoned. So there's the link, or feel free to join Sharissa's page. I'm going to stop this on Instagram for right now. And or you may catch us again, but check us on Facebook. All right.
Hi.
Love y'all. And share. I'm gonna let that rock. All right. All right. Facebook, y'all have all of our attention. There's no more any more feedback. How are we doing? Feedback? No, right? All done? Yeah, we could have tried the headphones. You could try all the things, but we're not going to troubleshoot, because the only thing that's going to do. Oh, look. Instagram decided to go off on its own. So when we're answering these questions, and we're busy answering the questions not only for ourselves, right? We're busy answering for everyone else. So when did you begin to realize that you were doing surface? Like, I know it wasn't initially. What hit you that made you realize that, damn, I feel,
I realized that, so there came a point in my life when like I was stuck. And I was stuck in that I realized I had done all I could with the capacity that I had. So I had used up all of my capacity intellectually. I had used up all of my capacity emotionally, mentally, and I wanted to grow. But I didn't have any more capacity and wherewithal to do that. And I'm like, man, what is going on? Why can't I up level in business? Why can't I up level in my professional life? Why can't I up level, like just personally, like feeling, I guess, complete? And I was talking to actually a coach of mine, and she said, and I went to her because I just wanted to know, okay, so how do I up level my business? How do I do this business thing? I have the speaking part of it, but I'm missing out on the CEO part of it. And because she knew what my history was, because she knew my parents, she knew I had gone through dealing with their loss, their grief, the grief and loss of that. She knew that I was still dealing with that. She said to me, before we could even deal, before we can even work on, before we can even address your challenges with business and growing that, we got to deal with you first. You got to deal with you personally. Now, I did not come to her for that. I didn't want that. I already knew what dealing with that was going to be. And I didn't want to deal with my emotions. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to be depressed. I didn't want to be somewhere, because once I go in to those emotions, it's very hard to come back out. Or so. And so she's like, no, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with those. You have to take a hold of that first. Don't just be surviving with it. Let's deal with it. And I'm actually still waiting for us to deal with the business part, because she's still dealing with the personal development part of me. But I tell you no lie, Dr. Ali, it has been one of the best experiences of my life. Doing this personal development journey, transformational journey, where I'm allowing myself to have permission to feel. I'm allowing myself to have permission to cry. I'm allowing myself to have even permission to not do it good, to not be perfect all the time. Not sacrificing excellence, but not being perfect. And you and I talked earlier, I'm going to steal that name of your tribe. And you're like, look, this is the imperfect tribe, because I'm a recovering.
Shout out to my imperfect tribe.
I am a recovering perfectionist all by myself. And realizing that being perfect is actually going to down there kill you. You know?
So true. So true. So how many of you out there are feeling that space where you're trying to do all the things, but you feel like you're just going in motion, but you are showing up, but are you really, really there? And then sometimes you're hiding behind, hey, Estanda, you're hiding behind the real feelings. You're hiding behind the stoic, everything is okay. And especially after we're now stepping out of a space where the world was shut down and our lives were changed. Even though they're trying to say, okay, now go back to work, go back to normal. Is there really a sense of feeling normal right now?
And then what is normal? I think
that part.
Really and truly, what is normal? I think once we can realize that what normal is just a haze. It's a very hazy phenomenon and label at this point. Because I remember when my parents died, my brother and I would ask each other, like, man, what do we do now? Like, how do we get back to normal, whatever normal is? And I have yet to get back to a normal. I have yet to get back to a normal, because getting back to normal would be my parents very much being alive in my life right here, right now. That's normal.
That's your
That
normal.
can't happen. That can't happen. So normal for me would be trying to go back to what I know can't happen. For me to be trying to go back every day, to go back to what I know can't happen, equates to insanity for me. And I can't do it. I can't do that anymore. So I don't even consider what normal is, especially now with COVID and the shutdown of this pandemic we've been in for now going on 2 years.
Yeah,
everyone's normal was 2020, January 2020 on 2019. That was normal.
Yeah, it almost feels like 3 years since I've seen my regular friends who we hang out with. Like, we always go to carnival and do all our fun things, and it's been so long. As for me, with having a son with autism, I began to learn that my normal had to be different. So I used to look at everybody else and say, okay, these are people with quote unquote normal children or normal activities, and everything was always different for me. I had to manage different situations. And then in the world, like, we were raised, we were taught these certain things that were normal, quote unquote normal, until I began to realize that, and you guys can let me know if this resonates with you out there, I create my normal. Like, I get to decide what is normal for my world. What is my new normal? And the word normal, we get to decide what sits inside of normal, and not anyone else. Tell me what you guys think out there. Put down what in the chat. Let me know what is your normal and what does normal really look like to you now? Because everyone's saying, okay, back to normal, back to normal. Like, how do we get to either go back to what was before, or how about we begin to create our new of what's ahead? Exactly. What's your thoughts?
And I would rather, especially we've been in a period of rest. We've been in a period of pause. Do you know how much growth that could have happened in all of us during this time? Do you know how much up leveling and maturity that could have happened? So to be able to now get to a place where we are finally able to show up, to show like I would not be able to do what I'm doing now if I try and go back to what my normal used to be. So I don't even want to go back to that
That's good.
because a lot has happened that allows me to be here with you, Dr. Ali, that allows me to really be able to use my social work experience and intellect and education to be able to help someone else who is grieving and going through that process of dealing with the loss and figuring out how to mind your mind, especially as a high functioning leader, high functioning CEO, high functioning entrepreneur, high functioning COO, it's already bad enough for those who are not in what I'm going to call your high level positions. Imagine us with so many responsibilities, wife and everything else, mom and then everything else. And now you want me to high function, and I don't even bother to say before I can serve anybody else, I have to be able to serve myself.
Absolutely.
And I think the world gave us, unfortunately, to look at it this way, but we were giving a gift of pausing, settling everything down, and saying, "Hey, let's get back to what self-governance look like." And that's where it all starts. Like minding your mind starts with taking personal authority of all of your responsibility. And our responsibility as an individual is to mind ourselves, be responsible for ourselves, responsible for what's going on up here, be responsible for our choices, our desires, our actions. Like we can't control anyone else. So before I can show up here for you, I got to make sure that I did some checking already. Before I can show up for you, Denise and Astonita, and Lucina, like I have to make sure that I'm good. And then if I'm not, be okay with being aware that I'm not doing good today. It's okay for me to say that. It's okay for that to be the case.
Yes.
I can still show up, but at some point I must deal with it.
And that's it, guys. It's the whole space of being okay with not being okay at times. And I posted on my personal page today because I think for a reason we've been afraid to say I'm not okay, right? And I feel like if sometimes they want us to put ourselves in a box, right? I don't feel depressed because I'm not all the way down there, but I know I don't feel fully like myself. So I feel like I'm in a place in between where I don't have a definition for it, but I know I'm not okay. Right. And so many people popped up. Oh my gosh, that's how I'm feeling. I didn't realize anybody else was feeling this way. And I was like, yes, many of us are not okay. But we're all with this Pollyanna.
But it reminds me of another Me Too movement, right? Like earlier, you and I were talking, and it just takes one person to say that's me, or me too, and everyone is like, yes, me too, me too, me too, because really and truly we're not. And we tend to find there's safety in community, but there's also permission and almost security in community as well. So when I realize that I'm not alone, then I don't feel ashamed to let all my baggage out or expose all my laundry. So I'm happy that we get to be here because as much as Dr. Ali and I are here, we go through what we go through as well.
Yes.
Like there's how many of you are actually present right now? Like if you're present right here, just give me a 1 in the chat. If you are present at work today, give me a 1.
Like all of you was there. Like it wasn't just a little bit of you. Because for
No,
me, I can't
you
even
were
put
present.
one.
Like I'm present right here. Dr. Ali is present. If you were present at work, okay, good. So I can see one person. I can see 1.
It's gonna
Everybody,
come. It's gonna come.
you were present at work. You were present on your job. You were working from home. Therefore, you were present in front of the computer. You were present. You go to church. You're present. You are your mother in the home after 6, but you are present for your kids. You are present for your wife, Lucina. I see you. You're present. Okay, Astonita, you're present. Okay.
I love it.
Here's the very interesting part that's plaguing our entire nation, our entire world. but no one knows. And it's a new term. Denise, I see you. Okay, so we're all present. If I can put one, I'll put one, but for some reason I can't.
That's okay. We see your one.
I'm one. I'm present. You know how many times I've been somewhere present, present, but absent?
Mm-hmm. I was just having this conversation today.
Many people go to work, they show up. They are at home, they show up. They go to work, they show up. As CEOs, leaders, we go where we're supposed to go. We go to that board meeting. We go to that real estate meeting. We go to this big decision making meeting. We show up
Mm-hmm.
and we are present, but we are present and absent. And that
Mm.
word that they now call present but absent is called presenteeism. Presenteeism is when you are somewhere present. You are present for work. You are present for your job. You are present for your event. You are present as a leader. You are present as a mother, but your mind is somewhere else. Physically, you wish you were somewhere else, but you're present. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. No longer are people absent from work. No longer are people just not showing up because they're realizing that the consequences of that. So they say, you know what,
I'll
I'm
just
not
get
okay.
there.
Let me just get there. Let me
Mm-hmm.
just get there. And they get there and they're not there. Emotionally, they are hurting, but they are present. Psychologically, they are in pain, but they are present. And that is what we are doing a lot. We are walking around present. I mean, present, present, but completely absent in all areas of our life. And now is not the time. Like, now is the time for me to say, look, if I'm not going to be present, mind, body, spirit, I'm not there at all.
That part. Oh my goodness.
And then how do I get to a place where I'm present, mind, body, spirit? What do I need to do to be present, mind, body, spirit? And all of those are different health. Like you have your physical health, you have your spiritual health, and then you have your mental health, which is no different than all of the other health parts of your body. But people they're usually afraid of the term mental health because it carries this connotation of, if I'm talking mental health, then I'm talking crazy, I'm talking some kind of
Yep.
mental illness or mental disorder, which is a big difference. We're just talking about your mental health in general. Is it a poor mental health, or is it a good mental health? Just like physical health. Is it poor or is it good? And how you take care of your mental health. And I said this on my post, like the way that you can mind, just a couple people tell you mind your business, like mind your business,
Mm-hmm.
mind your
Mind your mental.
mind your mental. Like I'm so glad you coined that way, because minding our mental is literally just being all mindfully present and no longer mindfully absent.
Mm. That's good. That's good. That's good. I see all these responses out there. They're talking about just showing up. Many people are like, that's me. I'm identifying that's me. Today I was saying, I know when I feel like I am just being a skeleton there. And then I know when I fully was showed up. I fully am there. When I'm doing my coaching world, when I'm doing business coaching, when I'm with my tribe, I'm all in. Like nothing else is going on around me. I enjoy this. When I knew it was my time to start transitioning out of my profession, um, it was because I began to feel like if I was just showing up, I was just being there. I was just, this is just what I was supposed to do. I have this degree. I'm supposed to do this. But when I show up in my boot camp this weekend, we did content to cash boot camp. It was like fire in there. I felt all the energy, everything that was me. I felt so connected to my people, to my tribe, what they were doing, and I felt I was working and being in purpose. Like that's when I began to really felt the essence of who Alisha really is showing up and loving what you do, besides just, okay, I'm here just being. So before we even get into, because I said today was going to be, I wanted to honor people's time. I know a lot's going on in your world. So I said we were going to do a nice 30-minute conversation. We might see if Sharissa want to come back and spend another 30 with us another time, because I, I know my tribe and I know we are doing what we need to do for our business, but I still feel like a lot of us have a lot that's going on that we're not allowing time to just have these conversations freely. And I want to open this up more to the world, but Sharissa, you want to tell them what you have coming up that's going to be happening, that's going to be happening soon. I'm excited to introduce this to you guys. So tell them all about what you have.
Absolutely. And people ask me, well, how do I do that? How do I mind my mental? What does self-governance look like? And there literally are practical things that you can do, an action step that you can take. And Star, I talk about this, like we deep dive into this at a conference that Star and I have coming up, because I want to help people on if when they walk away from that conference, when they walk away today, there's one thing that they can apply to their life that can allow them to give permission to themselves to start minding their mind in order to be more successful in their business. And one of those areas, I'm going to give just a sneak peek of what that conference is going to look like. But one of the things that you can do as far as minding your mental, and this is the one thing that changed my life just a couple of months ago, clearing the clutter. And I prefer that term, clearing the clutter, over coping mechanism. So as a social worker, even in the books that they teach us, what we're supposed to do with our clients, you help them, you figure out what their coping mechanism is, you give them more coping mechanisms to help them deal with. But I think that when we are coping, we're doing exactly that. We're coping, we're just managing, we're surviving with what's going on, as opposed to literally figuring out how can I clear it. Like clearing to me equals living, and living equals freedom. When I think about coping, I think about, constipation, like this thing that's there and I'm having to manage it and I'm just all constipated. But how do I get free? And I learned, let me tell you, I just did a whole journey to the house that I could not go to for 7 years, that my parents lived in. And that was me clearing the clutter. And Dr. Ali, in my mind, I thought I was going to fall to pieces. And because that one thing, I said, you know what, I've been coping for this for so long. It's time for me to get free. It's time for me to clear. And I cleared. And that's the one way that we can start to mind our mental, is to clear the clutter over encourage a coping mechanism. And that's just one way. I have so many ways that I would love, so many principles that I would love to share at an upcoming conference that my co-host and I, Star, are doing in the Bahamas live, February 24th and 25th. It's also going to be available to my virtual attendees who can't make it. But why would not you want to take a trip to the Bahamas? In the next year, best sun, the best sand, the best sea. It's a 2-day, 9 to 3, and we just dive in on mental health. We talk about conquering fear. We talk about unforgiveness. We talk about social media, getting in front of the camera and being successful in that area, because we want to help you increase your income, your influence, and your impact. So Star and I get together and we just literally just pour out all we have. And so there is a very, very beautiful investment that you make to attend that, but we would love to have you February 24th, 25th in the Bahamas. I think the flyer, the link is going up in the chat. I can't put it in, Dr. Ali. But yes, if you register, we have a few seats left because we are getting there. I'm so excited. You need me to...
I don't see it where you can share it. It was there before.
No problem, no problem, no problem.
Either way, that is the link directly. Oh, there it goes. It's probably taking its own precious time. There it goes. There it goes. Can you see it? There we go.
Is it small? Is it big or small?
It's a little small.
Okay.
There we go. It's called Speak and Lead, y'all. For those
Speak and Lead. And it's for all of my leaders. And I believe that everyone is a leader and has a leader trapped inside of them. So it's for those that are leading, and we believe that everybody has a voice. And so we show you how to use your voice to be able to speak and share your story for others that need to hear it. Like everyone has a voice that everyone needs to hear. And so Star and I help you navigate how to go from I can't do this, I don't know what to say, I don't have a voice, to oh my gosh, I'm so empowered. I have a voice and a story that the world wants to hear, and I'm going to stand on top of the mountain and share it. Like that is the experience that we want to share. So Hope that you guys get to join. There's live in person, there's VIP, and there is live online as well. So yes, Dr. Ali, thank you so much.
Oh, and I'm talking a mile away too, because you
And I'm
could not
talking,
even guess
and I
all the
was talking a
goodies.
mile. I'm talking a mile a minute. I'm like, can they hear me? Were they
Oh
hearing
no, we
me?
heard you. It's just I muted because Zachary passed by and decided that he must go warm up his food whilst I'm on live. So I'm hearing the beep, beep, beep. So I had to mute it. But what I was saying was, you heard that Sharissa was sharing some juicy tips in terms of how she was able to start to mind her mind, how she was able to start to clear the clutter. There's so much more that she can share with the space. So if you guys get a chance, definitely sign up for the conference. Star is actually going to be coming next week. So she's going to be sharing some social media tips with you guys. She is the co-host of that event. But the reason why we started with this is because I know many of us are not okay. And I need many of us to start identifying with the fact that I'm not okay is okay. And I need a lot of us to start identifying with the fact that as we begin back into the open the world, and you get to now create your new normal, whatever your normal looks like and feel like, but it has to feel good. It has to feel okay. And it has to feel like in a space where you're not looking left or right towards what everyone else is doing, and you look straight ahead and within. So you get to feel what feels best for you. So I want to thank you again, Sharissa, for popping by.
Thank
Guys,
you.
you know how we do in our tribe. Please put in the chat your takeaways. Please love up on Sharissa. Fill her cup back up because she just came and poured for us. So we're gonna fill our cup back up and let her know. So Denise said, "Thank you so much. Hope to see you again." Um, all of you juicy tips. They got all the good stuff. They all put when they couldn't hear me. Thank you, tribe. I love y'all. And they can relate. So many people can relate to what we spoke about today. So we will see you guys, and thank you for joining us live today. Join us again on Friday for our CEO Friday CEO flow, and then next week Tuesday around the same time we're gonna have Star, who's gonna come in and share some social media tips with us guys. So uh once again, Benny said, let me just pop these up so you can see. This was awesome, great, juicy tips. Yes, thank you. Lots of good nuggets. This is a conversation that came on just on time today. Clearing the clutter is part of the solution, and mind your mind was a powerful affirmation. So you guys make sure you share this out with others today. This is not just for you. Pass the share, and definitely heart it up, love it up, and do all the things that Facebook likes that you do. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you.
Thank you,
We
Monique.
worked through the technical difficulties. Sorry, IG. We'll be better off next time. But at least one platform got to hear us really well.
Yes.
Do you want to leave them with anything?
I just encourage everybody. Like, I think the perfect affirmation, and someone said it's the perfect affirmation, like, really do mind your mind. And mind your mind starts with you. I think we mind a lot of other people's minds. We mind a lot of other people's business. And when we start being able to mind ourselves, we realize, man, I don't have time to mind yours. Let me focus on me. Let me focus on me. Because once I focus on me, it's not a matter of being selfish, but it's a matter of being selfless. Because when I focus on me, then I have more to give you through my business. I have more to give you through coaching. I have more to give you through leadership. I have more to give you through serving. So mind your mind, mind your own mind. Let's start there. And then we can start to flow into everybody else, every community that we serve.
Beautiful. I love. Boom. All right, guys. See you later. CEO, the Elite Legacy Mastermind. I will see you guys in 5 minutes for our hot seat. So give me 2 minutes. Let me close this out, and I'll see you guys on our regular channel. Bye.